Morning, friends. Today is Tuesday, day 500 trillion of quarantine, I think. I'm not really sure. So what's happening today? Well, making some unicorn juice, what I do every single day, I would say even on the days I don't work out, but those days don't really exist. So today I'm making a little mocktail to start this Tuesday morning off right. I've got fruit punch, I've got lemon, I've got my Starbucks cup and a green straw, and you know what? I might just go sit in my car and pretend that, I'm going somewhere. I actually did that yesterday. We had all these shenanigans, all this drama with the garage door. The springs broke last week or 2 weeks ago. I don't know. Time just stands still now. And so we were waiting on them to come. So Marshall installed them, and then he couldn't get the door to go up and down. Good morning. So I had to move my car out while he held it up, He-Man style, just in case we couldn't get the garage door sorted. Luckily, we got it sorted. But I got to drive my car around. It's been trapped. It's been held hostage. All winter. I don't know why I'm paying $450 a month for a car I can't freaking drive here. But that's my life. So anyways, got to drive my car around. I really love the car. We had a nice conversation, the car and I. And then I sat in the driveway and realized how much I loved Kings of Leon, whatever. So, rocked out for about 35 minutes, cried the tears, cleaned my sinuses. I think we can all, everyone, I think is starting to feel a little claustrophobic. I know I am. I don't even really want to go anywhere. It's just the idea of just being stuck. When we first moved here, someone gave me some really valuable advice. And that was to get out of Dodge, to go to a different city or town or whatever, just for half a day to get your groceries once a month, just to kind of get a breath of fresh air. Not that there's anything wrong with this place before y'all get all sensitive and incensed. There's nothing wrong with SCOBY. I'm grateful we're here in this little bubble. But I'm really missing that. I'm really feeling that I feel like there's a weight on my chest. I just feel claustrophobic. And I think it's a lot of things. I can see it in my kids. Connor woke up, of course, total mom freak out moment. He's like, I don't feel good. My head hurts. I'm like, are you hot? Do you have a fever? He doesn't. He just has a terrible headache. And you know what? His face hurts. And I think he's clenching. Shannon has had a terrible stomach ache the last couple days. Do you know what that is? That's worry. She's worried. And then Charlotte's had a terrible headache as well. And I've been forcing her to drink water because sometimes she forgets. But again, I think everyone's just super stressed out about Augie. So, and there's just a series of things, right? We all have things happening, but that's my reel. So I feel like crying, and I'm tired of feeling that way. So I'm going to feel my feels today, and I'm going to control my controllables, which means unicorn juice. I already did my morning practice. I did all of it, you guys. I did my gratitude. I read all my books, and I just did some tapping with Brad. I shared the ones I did in my stories. If you're interested in that, just go to YouTube, tap with Brad. I love him. He's awesome. So a few of my favorites are the Amazing Day Quickie, and then I just did one to raise my vibration because we're all energetic. And if you're operating in a low frequency, you're going to attract lots of other low frequency things, which I feel like that's what's happening. I've been so bummed out about not getting to go to Yuma and not getting to see Katie's bump and just stuff that it's just kind of you attract what you're putting your energy into. And lately I've been kind of a sad panda. So working on that, work in progress, not perfect. Don't have all my shit together, guys. Don't get jealous. What else? Okay, so yesterday I went back to 21 Day Fix. I am so excited to be back at this program. Every time I do it, it's 21 days, 30 minutes a day. Probably some of you watching, even if you've never worked with me, I bet you have some DVDs squirreled away in a drawer somewhere. But every time I do it and I eat like I love myself, not like a maniac, but eat like I love myself, I get such great results. And today I am so sore. It's so awesome. I love that. If you're not sore, then I don't feel like your workouts aren't working because they're not challenging your body. So it's important to switch things up. So today is day 2. You're not too late to join me if you want, or if you need to recommit, or you need some support or whatever. I don't know. You do you, sister. I'm not here to convince you. Just here to shine my light, share my reel. Yeah, so anyway, let's pull an affirmation card, shall we? Yes, let's do that. Here we go. Today is I am resilient. I have the power to bounce back from any situation. True story. I wrote down some stuff this morning when I was reading this book. Let's go on a walk, shall we? Since some of you seem to care. So I'm still reading this Joy Seeker book. For some reason, my personal development takes me forever to read. I can devour like a fiction book in a day because maybe it's because I'm trying to absorb the goodness in it. But this is an amazing book. I've been talking about it for a while. I highly recommend you either get it at your library, you listen to it on Audible, or you Amazon it like I did. But I wrote down a couple things. I underlined them, and I think I shared them in my story. Okay, so everything is rooted in fear. Like if you're not living your most authentic, joyful life, more than likely you have some fear, you have some self-limiting beliefs, the things that we were raised with and conditioned with, because by the age of 7, you're conditioned with all this self-limiting stuff. And it's not your parents' fault. We're not here to issue blame. Everyone's just humans doing the very best they can do. Dear sweet Jesus, I feel like I need to have a disclaimer. Everyone's been so sensitive and triggered lately. Not saying anything bad about anyone. Everyone's just doing the very best they can. But the cool part of being an adult that's present and aware is that you get to recreate, you get to reparent yourself, you get to redesign who you're going to become and how you're going to raise your people and how you're going to go out into the world eventually when we do that and interact with other humans. We all have personal ownership and of that. And that's such a freaking gift. So anyway, back to what I was going to tell you about how if you're feeling really disconnected from your life and you're feeling like you don't have enough joy, I'm just going to throw my leg up here. It's really sore. Let's get a little stretch in while we're talking. Okay, so what did I want to tell you? Okay, so here we go. This is what I wrote down. That all of us have things we tell ourselves on repeat. It's why I really talk about affirmations in my groups. I think it's really important. Even if it doesn't feel authentic or true to you right now, it's like stepping into that version of yourself you want to become. And so if you're telling yourself things like, I'll never be happy, or quarantine will never end, or I'll never figure this out, or something is wrong with me, all your thoughts that you're telling yourself, that you're saying out loud, that you're listening to, that you're beating your drum to, all those things are limiting. And they're gonna keep you stuck. You're handcuffing yourself by continuing to feed those fears and continuing to feed that self-limiting belief. And I know it's really hard. It's really hard to change all that up. But that's why I think affirmations are really powerful, especially when you're saying affirmations that don't feel authentic and true. They just don't feel authentic and true yet. And so it's not you being like, a faker, whatever. It's just about you becoming and cultivating that version of yourself you want to be. So instead of telling yourself those things that I will never be happy, or something's wrong with me, or I'm not good enough, or why don't they like me, or whatever else that maybe you're telling yourself, instead flip the script and start writing it out and start saying it and put it in places that you will see. I would say, the visor of your car, but maybe you're not going in your car unless you're like me, just to sit in the driveway for a change of scenery. Maybe you write it on your bathroom mirror. We did this in Yuma. I had a chalk pen and I wrote all over my kids' bathroom mirror, like affirmations, and they would say them to themselves or whatever while they're brushing their teeth and hair and stuff. Okay, so instead of those self-limiting things, try affirmations like this. Are you ready? Take note. Write this shit down. All is well. I love that. All is well. Makes me feel like Joel Osteen. All is well. Nothing is wrong with me. I am learning and growing. I trust the process. The universe, Jesus, God, whatever you believe in is supporting me. Identify your beliefs, the thought patterns that you've been stuck in, and see which ones you can shift. Once you do this, everything can change in your life. So then there's a little recap of the chapter. Again, this book is Joy Seeker by Shannon Kaiser. A joy buster, a fear of not fitting in or thinking that you don't matter. The fix is to use your voice to share your opinions and show more of your real, to share your real, your authentic truth, because it's not going to be for everyone. I was just talking to my coaches about this, about how if you're trying to have your social media posts, if you're trying to go out into the world, if you're trying to people and you're trying to be something for everyone, your message and your truth will be so watered down. You're going to alienate people. One of my girlfriends messaged me last night that not everyone even liked Jesus. Okay, so if not everyone liked Jesus back in the day, it's okay if they don't all like you. You're not going to be for everyone. And you know what? You shouldn't be, because if you are, that means you're not being authentic to you. So your message and your story and your real and your inspiration, your struggle, all those things that are specific to you is going to resonate 100% with the people just like you that need some light or need some hope or need some inspiration. So don't worry about not being for everyone. Just be who you need to be. And you will attract like-minded people, you guys. It's really freaking awesome. So, moral of the story, you're resilient. I believe in you. Drink your freaking water. Move your freaking alarm for my workout. I have a alarms for everything in my life. I have alarms for kids' Zoom calls. I have alarms for kids' freaking study time. I have alarms for, I don't even know. I have a lot of alarms, you guys. Anyways, I'm going to drink my unicorn juice, and I'm going to control my controllables today, and I'm going to shift my mindset from feeling like sad panda about Augie to expectant and hopeful and grateful. Truth. So anyways, if you need anything, you can hit my inbox. I'll be in there later. Otherwise, you do you, sister.